Wow. I just love the way we come in on our art seminars. They are
Mm.
off the chain.
Hello, everyone. On the East Coast, we're on 2 p.m. and on the West Coast, we have 11 a.m. in the morning. Welcome,
Hello.
welcome, everyone. It's my pleasure to introduce Monet Swan, President and CEO of Bibex Wealth and Insurance Solutions, Collaborative Expansion Foundation, and Next Logical Steps. So welcome, Monet.
Thank you very much. And I'm always honored to introduce my co pilot, our COO, and the Bivix Wealth and Insurance Solutions, and a heart with our collaborative expansion, Alicia Alcano. And we are so honored to be here with you guys today. Why? Because this is a hot topic. This brings out the athlete in all of us, right? We all want to get
Yes.
out there. And even if we're not on the field, we want to participate. We want to be able to help
Mhm.
people, every athlete. I don't care if you're high school, college, I don't even care if you're middle school. Understand that the game is on and off the field. Wouldn't you say, Alicia?
100%. So we want to bring you everything that is possible today, tomorrow, and in the future.
And
Everything
we're
that you
on
need to know about NIL and all the different components and the journey that you will have to navigate through it. So without any delays, let's bring on our presentation today. So give me 2 seconds and it's coming now. So we're going to be unleashing your spirit for success. What is the entire world of NIL? Stands for name, image, and likeness. And for that, we'll be introducing what you should know, regulations, latest updates, and so more. So let me bring back Monet Swan.
Say it, and I am here, doggone it. I am here. So I want to introduce you guys to the name, image, and likeness. And we say unleashed. And the reason we say unleashed is because for decades they have been fighting to make this an opportunity for everyone. So I want to start off by telling you, are you prepared to play on and off the field? And this is for my athletes that are watching, because we know that you're either on Zoom in our intimate circle, or you're on Facebook, or you're on LinkedIn. So if you're a coach, if you're a mentor, if you're a parent, grandparent, uncle, aunt, doesn't matter. If you have any interest in any young athlete, welcome aboard, because we want to get you prepared to go on this journey with them successfully. So I want to first tell you the importance of understanding that it's all about social media marketing, hands down. And then how do you play in that field? Do you have the right people on your personal team? That's what we bring. So we bring something called a circle of trust. And why is that important? Because once you leave the high school environment or the college environment, it's all about the pros, it's all about the money, and the stress just continues to grow. So we're going to help you find out what your worth is, and we're going to show you how to determine who you need to trust and why, because you're about to embark on a new career and a new journey that not only have you not ever embarked on upon before, but neither have those who are around you. Being able to tell who really is in your corner is important. And that's what we do here at the Next Logical Step for Collaborative Expansion Foundation. Alicia?
And that is great information because we're here to help you. So, for those who are new in the NIL space, let me give you a little bit of basic information. So, what is the NIL? Well, NIL refers to the rights of the athletes to monetize their name, image, and likeness. So, you haven't earning money for endorsements, social media, posts, autographs, and other personal branding opportunities like merchandise. So, endorsements, for example, in the NIL regulations, athletes can sign deals with brands and companies to promote products, and we'll be showing you very soon. Social media athletes can monetize their social media presence through a sponsor's post. Personal appearance earnings from public appearance, autograph sessions, and merchandise sales. Content creation, opportunities to create monetized content on the platforms like YouTube and Instagram. So let me give you a short introduction of some of the merchandise that you could introduced with your name on it. So as you can see, there are many ways of monopolizing your income when it comes to the NIL. For example, you may know some of these names that I'm going to give you. Cavender Twins in Miami just signed an endorsement with Slate Milk. It's a protein milk. How about George McIntyre from Brentwood Academy? He's the quarterback, just so you guys know. In Missouri, we have the wide receiver, Luther Burton, also partnered with Commerce Bank of Vietnam of St. Louis, which is a potato chips company. And one of the latest one is Caitlin Clark, who made and continues to make 3.1 million estimated in NIL earnings. How about that, Monet?
I mean, that is phenomenal. And you guys, you don't have to be a professional son or daughter to get these numbers, but you've got to have the right team. And doggone it, you got to know how to monopolize social media, which is why we're here. Let me give you another example. There's a lady by the name of Livy Dunn, 3.7 million. Do you guys get this? Million. She's in college. I want you to know how it works, though, because it's more important to say, well, how does she get those numbers? Okay, so give you a little brief information. She attends LSU. Her sport was gymnastics. That's huge because usually, or when it started out, basketball, football, right? But now it's across the sports. Not only that, this is what she had to obtain to get to those numbers. She has 5.1 million followers on Instagram, 7.9 million followers on TikTok, on Twitter or X, 124,000. And because of that, she was able to get an NIL evaluation of, or valuation, 3.7 million. Okay. It's not just about what you do on the field. It's what you do off the field and who's in this game with you. You're not alone, especially not here. Alicia?
Exactly. There are so many ins and outs that you need to know. And for that, Monet is going to bring you the compliance and restrictions.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. So to get in the game and to play the game to win, you must understand compliance and restrictions because it is a game that has many parts and there are many people involved. So first and foremost, on the high school level and on the college level, you need to know your institutional policies. Athletes must comply with their school's NIL policies. So if you don't know what that is, you need to find out. As soon as you find out, then you get to start where you're going to be able to get the most support from your institution as well as the sponsors. You don't want to get into conflict of interest. Some schools prohibit deals with specific categories of products like alcohol or tobacco. You don't want to get into something like that. And lastly, disclosure requirements. Athletes may need to disclose their NIL agreements to their institutions. And I'm going to tell you an update where not as much now, but it depends on how much you get. Understand these three basic rules will keep you out of hot water and as well show you how much leverage you have and your school has as to being able to get into some of these great NIL endorsements. Next.
Yes. And let's talk about the impact of the NIL. For example, athletes, the financial benefit that you get from all those sponsors, provide an additional income in addition to what you're getting. Supporting education and personal growth, especially the brand building, helps athletes build their personal brand early in their careers. But remember, you need a team for all of that. And that's where we come in to help you, to guide you, and we bring you the team to you. Now, for schools and sports, recruitment. Schools may leverage NIL opportunities to attract top talent. Market dynamics. Create a more competitive and more commercialized environment in collegiate sports. So, why not doing it the right way from the beginning? Have the right support, the right guidance, the right guidance, because we don't know all the necessary legalese as we go into college or from college into the pro space. So, have the correct support is vital. And for that, let me bring Monel on the latest updates for NIL.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. As you guys know, it's been at loggerheads for many, many years before we were able to even have this conversation and let alone monetize it for high school and college students. But this is the latest update. So as of now, there's 33 states and the District of Columbia who permit high school athletes to enter into NIL deals. States like Georgia have recently implemented new rules allowing high school athletes to profit from their NIL, provided they adhere to specific guidelines to maintain their amateur status, which is very important. These rules typically prohibit using school logos, names, or uniforms in endorsements and require athletes to notify school officials about their NIL agreements within a week. Okay, so you want to make sure you understand the rules so that you can play the game to win. If you are doing this, remember, school logos, names, and uniforms cannot be as a part of this endorsement. For the college level, however, there's different ones. The NCAA has introduced new rules stating or starting on August 1st, and these rules remove previous limitations imposed by the NCAA. So what happens is you are more free to move around the space, and you don't have to tell people about it if you are actually getting less than $600. So after that, over 600, you must be transparent and be in compliance so that your brand doesn't get hurt, the brand that you are endorsing doesn't get hurt, the school or institution doesn't get hurt by any way, in any means. So understanding that high school and college athletes have the opportunity to now get into the NIL in 33 states. Understanding that if you're making more than $600, that you must adhere to their guidelines, which is ensuring transparency and compliance. And at the same time, there are now 33 states plus the District of Columbia that are going to allow you to pursue an NIL agreement. And that's what we're doing here. We are not managers. We are not sports agents. Our total or our the most important thing to us is that we are there to help the athlete grow and again provide a circle of trust, because by doing that they're able to see and navigate the landscape a lot easier than if somebody is saying, hey, I want you to be part of my group of athletes, because a lot of the competition starts within those groups. So we are separate and apart. We are a nonprofit. We don't charge for our services, but you'll see they're very robust and offer you a lot of support where it hasn't been support in the past. Wouldn't you say, Alicia?
Yes, 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 yes. So keep something in mind. You don't know what's happening because it's changing all the time in the NIL, but we do because we are well connected. And that's why we're here today. So let me show you something, for example, from the high school to the college to the pros. So when you're in college, you say, well, I know my friends, I know my environment, I know my routine, everything is all great. But once you hit the pros, things are different waters to navigate. And we want to make sure that you and your families are well protected. And so you know that there's a career, okay? It's no longer high school. So what is it that we offer? We offer you a clear journey to navigate this. So you're embarking to a new adventure that you need to be ready for it. Why? Because it's not like I'm too sleepy, I'm too tired, I'm not going to go. They're depending on you, they're counting on you. So this is a commitment, something that you are committed to do for whatever amount of years is going to last. So are you ready to do so? So let's navigate together this environment to the best of your knowledge. And that's why Monet is going to go over the next topic.
And I think it's important to understand that once you are in high school or college, let's just face it, your environment changes. Some of you will have children, some of you will get hurt, some of you will go to the pros, and some of you will not. So it's important to understand, how do I get money right now in case everything that I know changes? That was once familiar no longer exists. The way you do that is creating a name, image, and likeness account that is going to be on all social media so that you can have those large numbers of people that are watching you. You become the influencer. What we do here at Next Logical Step is we have these conversations that go a little bit deeper, conversations that maybe sports agents don't have with you or managers don't have with you. We're going to go deeper into who you are. And we're going to ask you, do you know who you are? Do you know how you want to be perceived? It's no longer just a high school level. It's no longer just a collegiate level. Now we're talking about nationally and globally. People are going to be judging you based on those pictures you put out there, those things that you say that cannot be taken back. So having that interpersonal coaching is important. Next, what's your message? What is it that you want people to know about you? Do you want them to know that you're strong, you're powerful? Do you want them to know you're laser focused? Do you want them to know you have a family? Do you want them to know how you feel about the game, the coach, your teammates? All of that has to be crafted the right way, because if you say it the wrong way, you can't take those things back. Next, if I was to ask you today how much you're worth, what would you say? It's important to understand these things, because I've seen people go in, sign contracts that really cheated them. Why? Because they didn't know who they were and they're comparing themselves with the big boys. Well, you're not the big boy yet, but you can still plan to be one by having the right people on your team, by having guidance mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially along the way. Are you ready for the pressure? Because unbeknownst to many that get into this field, it creates a lot of mental stress. Your peers are different. You're no longer in your same hometown. You can't reach out to mom and dad. Those who you felt comfortable with no longer feel comfortable with you. So, how do you navigate those conversations and still keep your head in the game? Because let's face it, without a game, there's really nothing to talk about. So being able to marry who you are with your profession is important. It doesn't matter if it's football, basketball, hockey, soccer, tennis, gymnastics, they all come with pressure. And so we help you navigate that on the social media side with social media gurus who create unbelievable images, storylines, backstories to give your followers, your fans, a little bit more insight as to who you are so they can continue to support you, whether you go up and down in likes or dislikes based on plays or not playing. So it's important that you understand the competition out there is extremely fierce. But do you have what it takes to go the distance? What are your ethics about? Do you stand for something or will you fall for anything? Here at Next Logical Step, it's so important that we help you craft that foundation so that when the sports agents and the sports managers come in, they know who they're dealing with. You can hit the ground running because you've got a foundation and a team who is with you during this transition. Alicia?
Yes.
As we continue forward, now we're going to talk about the power of the pen and contracts. It's important to understand contracts are there to protect each and every party of an agreement. The contract you sign can provide financial bliss with security and a sustainable lifestyle, or negatively impact you? Have you locked down for years to come without the opportunity to financially take care of yourself or your family? And so the power of the pen is something that we need to talk about, because we have athletes who have signed agreements that they didn't understand what they're signing. And they will always ask you, have you had somebody to look at this agreement? And unfortunately, sometimes the attorneys that they recommend to you are part of their group or team that they work with, and it's not always in your best interest. So we give you all of these tools so that you will have a second pair of eyes on contracts, so that you understand that their contracts are written not specifically in your best interest. And so if you don't understand the terminology, if you don't understand the implications of what you're signing, it could cause you heartache. We actually had a kickboxer who signed an agreement, and unfortunately, it was agreement that was going to go on for 10 years. And if she did not adhere to all the rules, they were going to sit on her for 10 years. She ended up having to pay things out of pocket that other athletes in that same group didn't have to, because she didn't take it and get someone to look at it. So it's important when you're creating a team for a future of success, sustainable success, that you have people that are looking out specifically for you. They are reading the documents that you are signing, whether it's endorsements for 6 months, endorsements for a month, 2 years, all throughout your high school or throughout your college. It is important that you have experts and professionals looking at everything that you write, everything that you sign. The right guidance is important, whether you make it to the pros or not. You can't just sign every endorsement. Know what endorsement is good for you. As they say, all money is not good money. How do you know if you're desperate for money or your family is desperate for money? I've seen athletes sign $10,000 contracts to get money right now to help their parents out. And later on, they find out they could have had 100,000 or 200,000 or 250,000. But because of their urgency, their need, their desperation, and not having somebody to look at the contract, it hurt them for a significant time in their career. And by the time they could correct it, the best years of their career were gone. So it's important to understand the power of the pen and why we bring that to you, which we'll get into a little bit later. So Alicia?
Yes. And on that note, let me present to you why we're here today, because we want to protect you in this journey that you're beginning. So, for example, why are we here? To bring you knowledge, to bring you a team, to bring you a circle of trust that you can count on. Because are you prepared to take it on the big boys? Everyone that starts in this space is new. So you got to make sure that you have the right team in your corner. Why? So they know what you're doing, okay, prior of signing anything, so they can support you during all this period to protect you from all the regulations and restrictions in the NIL and to empower you. So that's why BIBIX and Collaborative Expansion Foundation, as well as Next Logical Steps, are here for combining forces for your future. So don't think that you know it all, because at the beginning, you don't. But we're here to help you, to support you, to guide you in this endeavor, because it's exciting when you have the right team behind you. Isn't that correct, Monet?
Oh, it's so very well said. Having what we call a circle of trust is everything. Having a place that you say, I feel safe here. We don't make anything with whatever contracts you sign. That's not what we're here for. As a nonprofit, we're here to lend a hand, to give you support. So you're 100% safe here. What do we offer from the nonprofit? Accountants, attorneys, athletic pro mentors, financial professionals, mental health help, and social media gurus. I don't know where you're going to go that's going to do all this. When I decided that this was the vision for the company, I did it with love, understanding, knowing many athletes who were broke, those who thought they were going to go to the pros and broke their arms and legs and had much more difficulties health-wise that they would not be able to sustain their contract and continue to go on for years. We also know that depending on what sports you're in, you have a certain limitation. So you want to get into this on the right foot with the right people, with that circle that's going to help you make the right decisions and also help you find agents and help you find managers. So having that as part of what we create, we want you to understand that, yeah, we have pro mentors that have gone through what you've gone through or still in the game who'd love to be able to reach out to you and help you when you need it. We have financial professionals that are also not thinking about just today, but if you want to leave a legacy or what your family environment looks like right now. Maybe you need to have money put aside for accidental insurance, life insurance, legacy planning. What about mental health? A lot of the guys get in there and they are really not mentally prepared for the stress, the pressure, the fans, the money, the new lifestyle. You need to have help with that. Don't think it's all about what happens on the field because it's not. And what unfortunately happens, those things that happen off the field, they affect you on the field. And we have so many cases of guys having guns, being caught in really bad situations, marital issues. It just goes on and on and on. Why? Because nobody handled the mental part before they got into the game and became this superstar. Got to have that. We also know about molestation that's happened with Olympic athletes. It just, people are people and we can't protect you from everything, but we can at least give you the tools that if something happens and when something happens, we've got your back. And last but not least, social media gurus. These things all in of itself would cost you lots of money. But we're saying, hey, as a nonprofit, we're here to support. And also as a financial firm, we have the experts, the accountants, the attorneys. We have the financial professionals to get you where you need to go easily, quickly. We're very transparent and we're always in compliance. So you are safe here. You've got friends, you've got family that are going into this field. Maybe they don't have a lot of money. Maybe they don't know the NIL exists. Maybe nobody's talked to them about how they can actually monetize who they are right now. This is what we do. And we give you a safe place to play on the field and off the field. Alicia?
I love it. The fact that we have a team looking out in your best interest, that's what we're here for. So on that, let me show you what else you can count on it. As part of the circle of trust, what is it that are you looking for? You're looking for someone to help you, to advise you with your contract, to guide you and support you with your accounting and financial advice. So for those tricky clauses and non-disclosure, etc., okay, we got to make sure that you understand that you are protected. Also, there's a stress all around you. It's not just with you, but your family as well. You'll be traveling. They'll be traveling with you in some cases, but when they're not, they need someone to talk to. When it comes to social media and guidance and direction, who are the best here but our social media gurus that can help you guide you in what you should say, what should stay away from. There are different topics that we're passionate about it, but in many cases, you need to stay away from saying the wrong things because it does not affect you, but those sponsorships can walk away from a lucrative contract with you. So make sure that you know who is around you to help you navigate these waters from beginning to the future. So what do you think, Monet, about what we're giving them? I know we have thrown them a lot of things, but what would you say is the next step?
Well, the next step is understanding who we are and giving us a call. Why is that important? We can't get into everything on these webinars. We can just give you an introduction. We want you to know who we are. We want you to be able to call us, set up an appointment. So as you see scrolling across the bottom, we have the website, which is www.nilsteps.com. You can also call us at 833-300-4968. And then if you need to send us an email, info@mybivix.com. Those are the ways to get you started on a journey that's full of trust, full of love, full of support, the things that you typically don't hear when you talk about competition. So it's important that we understand as we go forth together, no matter where you are, if you just want to find out more, give us a call, send us an email. We are more than happy to meet with you and your representatives, come to your college, your high school, talk to your mother, your father, your parents, whoever you look up to for advice. Because as I've said before, we don't have anything in this game. All we want to do is make sure that you are safe and that you are able to monetize those talents so you can help yourself, whether you make it to the pros or not. You are important, and people are making money off of you right now. So why shouldn't you get some of it? So with that being said, I want to say thank you all for joining us today. As we conclude, Alicia, I want everyone to remember that the journey of an athlete is not just about games being played or records being broken. It's about the legacy you create both on and off the field. The opportunity to monetize your name, image, and likeness, well, it's a monumental step towards securing your future and building your own personal brand. So as you embark on this exciting path, know that we are here to support you every step of the way. Embrace this new era with confidence and not fear, and let your passion fuel your success, because together we can navigate the NIL landscape and unlock your true potential. Success is no accident. It's hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, loving what you are doing. That's what Pele said. Let's make the most of this incredible opportunity. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you to achieve your greatness.
So take advantage of all the information that we have given you. Go to our website, nilsteps.com. Give us a call at 833-300-4968. And if you have a little shy and you want to start with an email, go ahead. info@mybivix.com. We're here to support you, to guide you, and to bring you a team that will look in your best interest. So embark this journey of the NIL with all the right tools and the right people around you. So thank you for coming today. Thank you, Minette, for having you here today. And thank you all for watching. We got a lot more information coming every month on different topics, including the NIL. So welcome to our channel, and we're looking forward to seeing you once again. Bye for
Join
now.
our inner circle on Zoom too. You get more information. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.